PvE build. Now this is my main PvE character. I have it to where I like how it is, I like my skills, I like my build, I like my gear, I like everything about this PvE build. Maybe I can switch around some of my CP around a little bit, but for the most part I am very content with how this has ended up. So I'm going to share it with you. I know a lot of people probably use this build for Sorcs. It's pretty normal, especially for a pet build. So let's get into it. Alright, so my character sheet, I put everything into Magicka. Here's my stats. I am a stage 4 vampire. Your health regenerates 75% slower, and you also take 25% more damage to fire. But it helps with your Magicka, gives you more Magicka, and I like it. And then I use Witch Mothers for the food. It gives you Magicka recovery, max mag, and max health. Let's see. I'm wearing Lambrus, 2-piece Lambrus. That's my monster set. My Lambrus helm is heavy. The Lambrus set, when you deal flame or shock damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a meteor shower of that damage type that deals 1,433 damage to all the enemies within 4 meters every second for 5 seconds. And it can occur every 8 seconds. I love this set. I love it. And then my chest, I'm wearing Necro Light Divines. The Necro set, when you have a pet active, your max Magicka is increased by 30-40. Now, you're only going to want to wear Necro if you have a pet Mag Sorc DPS PvE build. That's why you wear Necro, for your pet. If you don't have a pet build, don't wear Necro. Shoulders, Lambrus, that's my 2-piece. Waist, Necro. Hands, Necro. Legs, Necro. Feet, Necro. Now everything is light, and my head is heavy. It works, whatever. And then your jewelry is going to be all willpower, and you can do Magicka recovery or max Magicka, whatever glyphs you want. I have 1 spell damage and 2 Magicka recovery on mine. So that's my set, and then I have 2 just random weapons. My main bar is and then my back bar is another lightning staff, lightning, just random. So, alright, and then my skills. This is my main bar. I have blockade. It's a damage over time. And then I have Liquid Lightning, that's another damage over time. And then I have Daedric Prey, which basically, I mean, you can read it. It deals the damage, you cast it, and then it pops over 6 seconds and does damage. And then your pet also does an additional 55% damage. And then I have Empowered Ward. This is going to be your shield. And when you're a Mag Sorc, shields is everything. So you're going to want to keep this up. You're going to want to keep this up at all times. All times. Keep this. It also shields your pet. And then I have my pet, which does 961 shock damage plus an additional 30% damage. And then once you have it activated, you can cause it to pulse for 3,273 shock damage for every 2 seconds for 8 seconds to enemies near him. And then the final pulse will stun the enemies for 3 seconds. And then I have Thunderous Rage as my ult. And then my back bar, I have Crystal Frags. And I have this one morphed into the one where you can cast it right away when your hands turn purple. I know a lot of people use the other one. I guess it heals you, I think, I'm pretty sure. I prefer this one because it casts right away rather than waiting. So kind of a heal. It heals you when you use light attacks and everything. It gives you major brutality, major sorcery, which increases your weapon damage and spell damage by 20% for 33 seconds. And it heals you for 2,601 health, and it can cure every 1 second. Then I have Crushing Shock. This is another DPS move. This is a very good move for, I believe, I want to say it's Cradle of Shadows, the boss. I think it's Cradle of Shadows. You're definitely going to want this move because I forget the word, but she moves all around. And you can run to her. You have to run to her and you have to shield bash her to stop her from casting her spell. But by the time you run all the way over to her and then you bash her, you have no stamina to bash her. So this is a good move. You can hit her from across the room and it sets her off balance and she can't hit it. So definitely recommend this if you're going to do Cradle of Shadows. And then I have Endless Fury, just Lightning Shock, and then I have my pet. You have to have your pet on both bars. If you only have your pet on one bar and then you switch over to your other bar, your pet is going to disappear. So you need to have your pet on both bars. And then as my ultimate, I have Dawnbreaker. Champion points, like I said, I can probably move it around a few. I probably put it wherever, but 27 into Warlord, 21 Siphoner, 3 into Sprinter, 10 into Bashing Focus, 10 into Tenacity, 35 into Arcanist, 10 into Mooncalf, 10 into Healthy, 3 into Shade, 8 into Befoul, 3 into Tumbling, 4 into Shadow Ward, 10 Blessed, 12 Elfborn, 40 Spell Erosion, 50 Elemental Expert, 10 Staff Expert, 10 Master at Arms, 8 Shattering Blows, 4 into Thaumaturge. I never know how to say that word. 15 into Ironclad, 25 into Spell Shield, 23 into Resistant, 20 into Light Focus, Thick Skin 20, Hardy 8, Elemental Defender 21, and then 12 into Bastion. And that's my champion points. And then I guess we can do a dungeon to show you how I use my Mag Sorc DPS in dungeons. Like I said, my Mag Sorc, this character, this is what I use for dungeons, the daily pledges, all of that.
That was your opinion last night, too.
Hit your shield, hit blockade, liquid lightning, keep your shield up. And then when your hands turn purple, you can use the crystal frags. Keep your shield up. Blockade, liquid lightning, engage your curse, keep your shield up. Interrupts. See that move right there? That's my Landgress. And also the lightning right there. When they're under I forget what percentage of health. When they're under a certain percentage, it does more damage to them. So when you're fighting a boss and it's about to die, you can hit that move. See if it does damage.
These people are alive.
By the divines. What are civilians doing down here?
Drugs. I'm guessing kidnapped from the city.
Damn it. Right. You stay here and help these people. I'll take our friends to find Pellinger.
Everything!
Sir? What's going on? Wait! Master Pellinger!
Not leave here alive!
You're gonna want to keep your blockade and liquid lightning down like at all times. As soon as it goes away, you gotta put it right back down. You'll learn, for me at least, I've learned a good rotation. And you don't use poisons for this, for your weapons. Don't put poisons, or at least I don't.
They're here. They are not to proceed further, Garin. Do you hear me?
sure your pet is always up. Make sure your shield's always up. What was that?
Aline, Lorraine, it's your father. I love you, and I want to talk to you. It's all right. These people are here to help you. Forgive me!
And that's it.
Dead, you bastard! Gaius is dead! Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you. Do what you want. I have nothing left to live for.
why people always, like, never check over here. There's always coins on this table. Always. But yep, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my DPS mag Sorc. Goodbye.